Yeah, just watch out for that cord there. It's a little bit exposed. Yeah. All right, so for today, we're going to be talking about stress management. Uh, Before I begin that, I would like to illustrate a quote from Bruce Lee, and it states that, "As you think, so you shall become." What this entails is that the more you think, the more your body's going to react to how you think. So, keeping this in mind, if you dwell on stress or any of the such, or if you framework your brain in that sort of pattern, it's going to reflect in your behavior and your mindset overall. So, getting into stress, there's a lot of key things here that college students and other people will experience in terms of stress in college, especially. Um, a lot of these factors could include unhealthy competition, peer-to-peer competition, whether it be in the same major or a different, actually, I should say an after-school activity. A lot of competition can be experienced there or in the classroom itself. Another factor that comes along with stress is, especially one that I found to be really interesting, is parental expectation. A lot of students have enormous amounts of pressure just from their parents alone, just either forcing them to go to college or to have really good grades constantly. Anything like that will create stress in college students, and if they have friends that have similar situations, they can kind of relate in a way. Uh, but necessarily, something like that really can hit a college student pretty hard. Uh, Something else that may affect students and create stress in college students is homesickness, social anxiety, or especially sometimes in my case, a financial burden. These are all things that either separately or together will cause enormous amounts of stress in college students. And what I've also seen too, actually, is that it's not just one thing that's affecting college students. It's either something going on at home, something going on at college, or just a mixture of both boiled into one. And this is where we lead to problems. Uh, Transitioning here, some research that I found is from the Edison Media Research, and they conducted a survey that found 4 out of 10 college students reported feeling stressed or depressed in some way or shape. And overall, about 20% of students report feeling stressed. Just bear with me. Lost my note card here for a second. Another statistic that I found is that anxiety is found in most colleges, and the percentage that ranges on the East Coast, when the study was done on the East Coast, is 41.6%. Depression was found to be roughly 36.4%, and a lot of students also had issues with relationships, whether, again, that's with the parental expectations or just, boyfriend girlfriend relationship. That's at a 35.8%. So when you factor in the amount of people being affected by these issues, then you can kind of get the bigger picture and see that it's a collaboration, it's a conjunction of everything put together, and that's what is causing students to be stressed. Now, some things that can be done to prevent or help stressful situations as such is to get adequate sleep, eat well, exercise, avoid energy drinks, because that really does change the body chemistry. If you have too much and then you don't have it and then you go back and forth, same thing with cigarettes. A lot of that will ultimately ruin the pattern of how the body is supposed to function, thus leading to stress. A lot of people don't think that. Now, one thing I like to not do, which I used to do a lot, is don't sweat the small things. That'll add up. It may not seem like something, but once you start adding everything up, it's going to become one giant sphere of stress. Don't give up on your passions. Avoid alcohol or substance, because that'll once again affect the body chemistry, and it won't really help you. It'll help your stress temporarily, but when you don't have it, you're going to become more stressed and so forth. And last but not least, do not overload yourself. Meditate. Go through everything calmly as you can, and try to be stress free. Yeah,